This is not going to be a woodworking video so much, but I am going to use my bandsaw and maybe the drill press on this particular project. My wife and I enjoy the sounds of wind chimes, and I'm going to be restoring this wind chime that broke several years ago during a bad storm. I'm not really sure what the material they used is, but it's like glass-like, but it ended up breaking. What I'm basically going to be using is some plexiglass. Now this is pretty thick, and I think it will suffice perfectly for this project. And then I'm also going to use this string that I picked up at the Army Navy store, and this is basically the same stuff that window blinds, Venetian window blinds uses, only this is black instead of white. And the only place I could find it was at the Army Navy store, and I think it is listed as paracord, but I might be wrong. As an example, this is a wind chime that I repaired many years ago using the same technique I'm about to use. This is the same paracord, and this is some smoky colored plexiglass. The only thing that's just having is about to fall apart is the hook that holds it up, and I'll go ahead and fix that today while I'm at it too. So that is just an example of what I'm going to do. I'm going to basically restring and make a new spreader. The clapper on that one is still fine, so I'm going to keep it, and you know, that's about it. Now this wind chime you've heard in my videos in the past. Every so often you'll hear a wind chime. This is right outside my shop door. Here's another wind chime that I rebuilt. Once again, I used a piece of plexiglass for the clapper, and then for the wind catcher I use another piece of plexiglass, and I use the same exact style for the top. The hook is still in good shape. Again, that same paracord. This has been out here for years, and this cord is looking just fine. I have 5. So 2 of the chimes are already apart. So now all we have to do is get the rest of them off. So now some people will say, oh, you need to measure. Don't bother. This is a project that is just free form and do what feels good, you know. So I just cut it loose. Now this piece here is trash, but this piece here is worth keeping, and definitely our wind catcher to make the chimes chime. Well, I got a bucket of water, and I got some soap in it, and we're just going to throw these all in there. Now, it's rather cold out today, so I'm going to enjoy this a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean not at all. When cleaning them, it's not a bad idea to think about what's on the inside. You really can't see it here, but wasps and spiders and other wonderful beasties like to make nests on the inside of these because they're rather protected. And what the heck, while we're going through all this effort, we might as well do a decent job at it. So what I have here is a refrigerator coil scrubber, and you know, let's make it do double duty. I'll just shove this up into the center there and clean the centers out. One problem you're going to have, as I have with this case, is the holes are a little too small for the string that I'm using. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to drill them out, make them a little bit larger, and then I will start with the next step. In all honesty, I spent way too much time trying to work this pentagon out. So the inside angle is supposed to be 108 degrees, but Yeah, close enough is close enough. So I am going to go to the bandsaw and I cut this unit out, and then I'm going to try to put a hole in the center. We'll see how that works out. In all honesty, this blade on this bandsaw is way too aggressive, but if I attack it nice and slow, I think it'll be just fine. This is not really a project that precision is all that necessary. You're wanting to be somewhat close, but it's not like people gonna walk around your yard looking at the wind chimes, determining if your this piece is precisely designed. I have a tendency to be a little bit on the shoot from the hip type of person anyways, so I kind of determined where the center was. I don't think I'm perfect, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill out a circle in the center of this, and the reason why the circle's there is that it's to try to have a place for the string to get around, so you don't want to have it you don't want the string to be constrained. So that's what we're gonna do now. So I have now marked holes for the string, and so we have 2 holes for each chime, and that string will be 1 piece of string for all the chimes. And then we have 1 hole marked for the hold-up. However, there's 5 holes. So what I'm going to have to do is drill a second hole, or do 2 holes on each side. That way we have an even number that will go back up to the top. So if that's what I'm going to do now. Now it's time to string the chimes, and it's not that really that hard to do, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to string all the chimes first, and then I will string the strings for the hanger, and we'll do that in time lapse. So now what I'm going to do is on each one of these knots, I'm going to put a dab of super glue or CA glue, whatever you want to call it. And the idea is it keeps the knot from untying. So this one is there you go, and then we'll spray a little bit of activator on each one. And those will be done. Now it's just a matter of chopping off the loose tails. You don't want to go too short with them. Only one loose tail really to do. And then it's just taking chimes and ensuring that you put things in the right place, and I think that's pretty good. Well, there it is. That shouldn't annoy the neighbors. Now, I kind of made the little wind catcher part a little on the long side and put the clapper a little on the higher side so it won't chime as much. It'll still chime, but it's got to be a pretty decent wind breeze to make it do it. And there it is. We're done with another one. Hey babe, look at this wind chime I did for you.
Oh, you finally fixed it. It looks good. Thank you, babe.
Finally, just remember, after every woodworking project, you should always count your fingers. You end with 10, good job.